Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Eswar, and today I'm going to be your trainer. So, more than a training session, let us consider this as something which is really interesting. Okay, so I'm alone. I'm not going to only speak yet. I'm going to give you few important tips and tricks to know and to start a conversation. It can be with anyone or it can be wherever you are. Right. So before starting my session today, I want to speak about our company, and I am a trainer at byteXL. And byteXL is a beautiful platform which gives one of the best trainings, and I can say it's the best trainings. So what you can do to know more about byteXL, there is our LinkedIn link, which is actually in the chat. Click onto that, you can explore about byteXL more and more. And not only that, for more and more sessions, click onto the subscribe button so that you will receive sessions or notifications regarding our sessions whenever we conduct, right? So yes, So my dear students or my dear fellow members, as we can see here, today we are here to learn something new. So just remember, the first and foremost thing that you're going to do today is to come out of your comfort zone, right? So our main motto today is only one thing. That is the first. Come out of comfort zone. So if you are thinking, what is this comfort zone or why does this matter? So let us start with our idea first. What is comfort zone? Right? So the question is here, what is comfort zone? So any idea what do you think comfort zone is? So your comfort zone can be not only your home, it can be wherever you are. What exactly is this comfort zone? For me, my comfort zone might be speaking to my friend or speaking to someone that I know. But anything other than or anyone other than my friends, I might be scared. I was someone like this, and I'm openly telling you. So what exactly is this comfort zone, first of all, and why do we have to come out of it, right? So if you want to learn something new, or if you want to explore something, what do you do first? So let us consider first and foremost thing that you are willing to travel, right? Everyone loves to travel, right? So now let us consider I want to travel somewhere. So what is the first thing that I have to do if I have to travel? I have to leave my home behind, isn't it? I have to leave my home behind. I have to go to a new place in search of everything, right? So now let us consider I'm still in Hyderabad, right? So yes, so let us take the example of traveling first, right? So traveling. Traveling. Everyone loves traveling, right? I do, you do, and most of us do traveling, right? We love to sit in the train, if not train, in the bus, or if not bus, at least in the airplane. We must have had our fantasies of traveling abroad or traveling to Munnar, which is in Kerala, right? Or Uti, Shimla, Goa. We love traveling. What not? Tell any place you say travel, yes, we will be ready to travel to make some vacation, right? So the first thing, what do you do when you go to when you want to travel? The first thing that you do is step out of your home. Step out of home, right? Which actually means comfort zone, isn't it? So like how your home is a comfort zone physically, you have your mental barriers, right? So what are these mental barriers which are stopping us? So let us start with our first session or with the first mental barrier that is stopping us, okay? So let me show you the mental barriers that stop all of us from exploring new things, from speaking on to the new things, right? The first and foremost today that we are going to learn, as I mentioned, number one, which will be coming out of your comfort zone. So just let me change, right? Step out. From where? Step out. Right? So first and foremost thing that we are going to learn, as I mentioned, is step out. Where do you want to step out? Of your comfort zone. Right? I mentioned comfort zone. what is this comfort zone? And we have been speaking a lot. And why does this comfort zone matters the most? Okay. Speaking about what matters the most and what not, which matters the most for us today is comfort zone. And if you see, I'm repeatedly speaking about comfort zone. You are in your comfort, and as long as you are in the comfort zone, you won't learn anything. Let us consider you're a small child. Okay. Now assume you are a 5-year-old or 4-year-old kid. The first day of your school, how do you feel? Do you really feel like stepping out of your house? Or do you feel like leaving your parents behind and stepping onto a new world that you haven't explored yet? As a kid, as a child, you don't know anything. Everyone is a stranger there for you, right? Everyone, even everyone there is of your same age, but still you don't feel comfortable to speak to them. And what is the first step you took? Leaving your mom behind, or leaving your father behind, or anyone who came to drop you down to the school, right? So from there, from the first step, you learned to leave all the things behind. So my dear people, just remember, the first thing that you have to do is remove the barriers that are stopping you. It can be mental barriers, it can be physical barriers. Always remember, barriers, hindrances, or obstacles are the ones that we set for ourselves. Nobody did that. We set our own limit. It's like a vehicle, right? Let us consider now you're driving a bike or a car. You raise the accelerator, right? The more you accelerate, the speeder you go, isn't it? So let us consider if you want to travel only 20 kilometers per hour, you would travel just the same in 20 kilometers per hour, right? But if you want to speed up, what you have to do? You have to accelerate. Here, accelerating is again as equals to as coming out of your comfort zone. Just remember, to come out of your comfort zone, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is do that one thing that you always wanted to do. For example, let us consider I want to go to a college which is in Gurgaon. Okay. I, being a resident of Hyderabad from last 15 to 20 years, leaving my family behind and going to a total new state. I'm from South, and Gurgaon, it is totally in North, which is Haryana, right? So what do you have to do first? I have to leave everyone behind. I'll have to leave my job. I'll have to leave my parents. I'll have to leave my siblings and everyone. I have to cross so many states and have to settle in a state that I don't know anyone there, right? So what am I actually doing here? If I want to go to Gurgaon or if I have to go to a different state or country, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm leaving everyone behind, right? What are these leaving everyone? Or what do you mean by leaving everyone or everything? You can step out of your comfort zone if and only if, again, if and only if you remove obstacles. So what are these obstacles again? Mental fear. Okay, let us consider mental fear is one obstacle that every one of us face, right? So what is this fear first? Why is the fear? For any human who is trying a new thing, they are afraid of only one thing. That one thing that everyone is afraid of is that we mark here, which is failure. Everyone is afraid of only one thing, which is failure. What is this failure? Or why is this failure? Or why everyone is actually afraid of this failure is the question here, right? Fear comes when you don't have your belief on yourself. Fear arrives when you don't have self-confidence. Fear arrives when you have self-doubt. Fear arrives when you lack self-love, right? So what is the self-respect and what is the self-confidence that we are actually speaking about? Why exactly we have to leave failure behind? Why we should only care about success? Why we should not think anything about failure, but just to think about the fruits of it. Let us take another example once again. Now, if you consider your grandmother or your grandfather, anyone who is actually interested to plant trees, they say only one thing: I'm just planting the sapling now. I might not enjoy the fruits of it. Isn't this the most optimistic sentence you've ever heard? That means though your grandparents doesn't know if they will live that longer for next 30 years or 40 years for the tree to give fruits, they still plant the saplings just to make sure that the other people will enjoy its fruits. In the same way, instead of thinking about your own failures, think about the people who are supporting you behind your success or for your success. Remember how much happy they will feel, or how happier they will be once you succeed in your life. For whatever you have to do, the one thing that you will have to come out is only one thing. That is comfort zone. Leave your fear behind, leave your anxiety behind, and step out. And why exactly are we speaking about comfort zone? Because you come out of your comfort zone only when you want to. Everyone can push you, just come out, speak, but it comes within you or it comes from you. And you are the whole and sole reason for it. If you want to come out of your comfort zone, right? Now, how is it related to public speaking? This is the question arrives here, right? You're told, or you might get a doubt. Ishwar, you said you're going to take public speaking today, and you are speaking about comfort zone, stepping out, failures, and success. Why is that? Let me get to the point right now. Public speaking. The name itself says public, huge crowd. Speaking, as you already know, addressing, right? So what exactly is this public speaking right now? Let us see. Public speaking. What exactly public speaking has, right? I will tell you one thing, my dear audience. Just remember, speaking doesn't mean anything, right? When you speak, you have to leave a mark behind. You have to leave your mark in such a way that people should remember you for ages. Let us take one of the best orators India has ever seen, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Even though he is no more, we still listen to his speeches. We still follow his quotations. Why? It is his oratory skills. How one can actually impress others by the way they speak. That matters a lot, or that matters the most, for it matters, right? For public speaking, what exactly is important is speaking, as the name itself says, right? It says speaking, which is really important. Now, I know everyone will speak with your friends for hours and hours and hours, right? If I'm your friend, let us consider, obviously, I will call you and I'll have a long conversation whenever I want to have. But can you have this same conversation with a total stranger? Can you or can you not? Here comes the point. You decided for yourself. I will give you a minute or two to understand where you're standing and speaking. Just assume you and I are speaking together on a call, and I'm actually challenging you to speak about the same issue that we are speaking right now to a total stranger. So this is totally something which is like a truth or dare game. Okay. So you chose dare and I gave you the dare that you have to speak to a total stranger. And here comes the point. Can you speak with that stranger? Yes or no? Just think about yourself, think for yourself. I'll give you 30 seconds of time. Well, now you have the answer with you, my dear friend. If you can, it's well and good. But if you can't, here arrives the question again. Why can't you speak? Stranger is also a person like us, like you and I, right? Why can't you speak to him or to her? Anyone, any stranger, let us consider. Or the person who is sitting next to you in a subway or on a metro or on a bus. Can you speak to them? Are you confident enough to hold up a new conversation or a small conversation with a person who is sitting next to you on the bus? Obviously not, right? We live in our own bubble. We have prepared a bubble for ourselves. We live in the same bubble. And we allow people whom we know inside the bubble. But, my dear fellow friend, I will ask you one more question. If you are not able to speak to a stranger, go back and question yourself. The best friend that you're calling right now was also a stranger before. Weren't they? At one point, going back to the past, 5 years, 7 months, 8 months back, who were they? They were strangers too, right? How did you hold up a conversation then? How did you become best friends? Here comes again. What made you speak? It might be a thing that the other person started the conversation, but you responded back, right? So the first and foremost thing here that we all have to think is taking a step or making a move. Let us consider it, or let us call it as making a move, right? I'll make a move first. Once if we make a move, there we have a long journey which is not counted in kilometers or miles, but counted in the memories that we make, which matters the most, right? Without speaking to anyone or without speaking, how can we even make memories? And why am I even stressing only on speaking? Because we have a lot to say. We have a lot to speak, yet we restrict ourselves to not to speak. We restrict ourselves thinking the other person might not be welcoming. Here comes the other point that we are all afraid of, which is fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. First is your failure. Let me write failure also. So yes. So first is your failures, right? First hindrance is your failure, and the second hindrance is fear of rejection. Why fear of rejection? One thing, my dear fellow mate who is listening, fear of rejection comes from your own thoughts. You fear because you think that people are thinking about you in this way. There is a beautiful quotation from a book called The Palace of Illusions, which was written by Chitranjan Das Banerjee, right? So in that book, there's a quotation or there's a line. It reads out like this. Okay. You see yourself, or let us consider, you see how others are seeing you, like how you see yourself. I hope I'm clear. If I'm not, I'll repeat it once again. Okay. You assume that others are looking at you by the way how you feel about yourself. If you feel confident enough, people will look at you like you are confident. Or you feel like people feel like you are confident enough. Or if you feel like you are afraid and you're very shy, and if you think people are looking like that, yes, it's because of your mindset. So the first thing that we all have to remove, or we all have to change, is only one thing. When we go out to speak, that we have to change is only one thing. That is a mindset. Our mindset speaks a lot about ourselves. Always remember, the way you look at yourself is the way others look at you. Consider everyone you meet is a mirror, and the way they are looking at you is your own reflection of your thoughts. How can you remove this? How can you change this? Is only by having self-confidence or improving your self-confidence. That is what we could do. How can we improve self-confidence? You see, Eswar, it's very easy to say, improve your self-confidence, but how can I improve my self-confidence? And my dear friend, that is where we are going to improve your self-confidence. You have to remove one thing, that you have to remove self-doubt. That's it. Once you remove self-doubt, it follows self-confidence. See, self-doubt and self-confidence are two opposites. Okay? The moment you remove self-doubt, self-confidence enter into your picture. Right? So this is something like changing the channel. You change the other channel, the one channel goes out and the other channel comes in. Or there's something which is like day and night. They don't coexist. They don't exist each other at near one person. So if you have self-doubt, you don't have self-confidence. If you have self-confidence, you don't have self-doubt. And my friend, the question is in your hands once again. Do you doubt yourself or not? You can doubt yourself at times, but do you doubt yourself every time? I'm not asking you to be a rebel. I'm just asking you to stay sensible. So how does this come? Again, my dear fellow mate, I will give you a question. Now consider moving out to a different country. Okay, as we are in India, let us consider you want to move out to a neighboring country, which is Japan. Okay, if you want to travel Japan, the first thing with what comes to your mind? Tell me one thing. What is that one thing that comes to your mind? Do you have to go alone or with everyone? Or with your own family? And if you have to go alone or travel alone, the other doubt arrives. Can I stay alone? This is something which is like a self-assessment. My dear friend, just think for yourself what you're going to do or how you're going to feel, right? If I tell you that, or if I ask you a question, my dear fellow, If I ask you to go to Japan and stay there for 24 more years from now, can you stay alone? Even if I doubt you, you should not doubt yourself. That is the importance of self-confidence. Just remember, with self-confidence, you can achieve anything. You can go miles forward in your career, not only in your career, anywhere in your life, in your personal or professional life, anywhere. Why is this self-doubt? There are so many self-words that we can speak about, right? Let me give you all the self-words which we actually have to speak about. The first and foremost self-word that we speak is self-doubt, right? And the next self-word that I will be speaking or I consider is self-respect. Good. And the next is again comfort zone. Though it doesn't have any word self, comfort zone is always a self. Comfort zone, right? And the next that I would like to tell is self-confidence. So the other thing that I will be speaking, or as I already mentioned that I want to speak, is self-confidence. Self-confidence, right? After self-confidence, which comes is self-appraisal. Another self again. Self-appraisal. So many self-words, right? Self-doubt, self-respect, comfort zone, self-confidence, self-appraisal, or self-love, if we consider, which is one of the most important aspects, right? In this, all my dear friend, self-doubt and self-comfort zone are two red marks. Self-doubt as well as comfort zone. These two are like red marks for your professional as well as personal life. So why is this a red mark? Or why do you have to consider self-doubt or comfort zone a red mark? As I already mentioned, all you have to do is to take that one step. And it takes a lot to take a step. And here, my friend, you can ask me, Eswar, right from my childhood, I have been listening about this step. Right. See, when I was not studying, my parents used to say, just 10th is your life. 10th is the first step to your career. I thought 10th is the first step to my career and I studied well. But then again, they told 12th is the first step to the career. I was perplexed and I was confused. How many first steps that we can have? I felt like, okay, fine. I think, 12th is also might be another step or the first step for my career. I read 12th, I got distinction. And next again, Eswar, when I'm in graduation, right? So many people told me, oh my dear son, oh my dear daughter, it would be really helpful if you study well because your graduation is the first step to the life. How many first steps? Is it 10th is the first step, inter is the first step, or 12th is the first step? And now again you're telling graduation is the first step. And then again you will tell job is the first step. After job, you will tell marriage is the another step. How many steps that we have to consider here is the question, right? I don't say anything is wrong or I don't consider whosoever said 10th is first step or 12th is the first step. No. But my friend, the first step in your career or the first step that you take in your life is removing self-doubt. How can you remove the self-doubt? Only if you can step out of your comfort zone. Or how can you remove the self-doubt? Only if you come out of the comfort zone. Another point, how can you come out of the comfort zone? Only if you remove your self-doubt. Got it? These two again these two go on a parallel lines. Okay? If self-doubt is going out, comfort zone also will go out. If comfort zone goes out, with comfort zone, self-doubt goes out. But at times, even though you step out of your comfort zone, right? Once you come out of your comfort zone, the first thing that you will face is again doubt. Because, my friend, coming out of a comfort zone is not that easy. Believe me, I tried a lot, and yes, I succeeded. I was an introvert before. I never used to speak with anyone. I was so reserved. To be honest, even in my graduation or the time where I was doing my undergraduation, I used to speak to very little amount of people. And obviously, I was a first bench student. Right. I used to speak with a little number of people that I cared the most. And I used to remove everyone from my life. That's it. If you consider there are 60 people in my class, I used to speak to only 10 or 15. And remaining 45 to 50, no, they never existed in my life. This is how I was. But later on, I understood the importance of communication, where communication can take you, the importance of building up a network. Network, again, the word. If I say network, first thing that should come to your mind is net, a fishing net. Like how a fishing net is connected to each and everything, or each and every nylon thread of the string or the net. In the same way, you have to build up your network. And what helps you to build that network is only communication. Without communication, there is no network. Without network, there is no growth. And without growth, you will stuck in the same place for years. And how can you come out of it? And there is a saying, it's never too late, right? Take the first step, come out of your comfort zone, speak to a new person that you haven't spoken. Let us consider if you're working and you haven't touched the one domain, accounts domain, or let us consider finance domain. You say like Eswar, finance domain is very far that I don't speak to them. Go talk to them, build up your network. And if you're a student, you say, Eswar, I'm an AC student and I don't know where CSC people are. It doesn't matter. No, it's your college, it's your office. You will have to know where is it or what is it. Speak. Once you start speaking, you never know who will become your best friend again. Right? So as we are speaking about speaking, see how rhythmical it is, right? So as we are actually speaking about speaking, just remember the first thing that you have to do is coming out of your comfort zone, right? So the moment you come out of your comfort zone, I'll tell you what happens again. Step out of comfort zone. And the second thing which stops you here is again self-doubt. Right? You say that, Eswar, you asked me to step out of my comfort zone, and yes, I'm going to talk to the other person now. I'm going to communicate with one of my friends that I haven't communicated in a while. Or there's a new person who joined in my office, and yes, I'm going to talk to them, Eswar, tomorrow. Very good. Now, the scenario, assume the scenario that you are in the office and you see this new hire standing in front of you. Last night, you made up your mind, no matter what, you'll go and greet them. Now they are standing in front of you. Will you greet or not is the question. Before greeting, the moment you enter your office premises or college premises, right? Doubt comes here. Will that person come to the office today? Or if I go and talk to that, listen to that person, or if I go and talk to that person, will that person think I'm a creep? Now, if not that, another thing you'll feel like, if I make the first move, will that person think like I'm flirting with them? These are the questions that arrive inside your mind, my fellow friend. I obviously know I was in your position there. But with the same thoughts you enter the office, if at the last moment you want to cancel all your plans, all your speech, and all your greetings that you wanted to greet, but the moment you step inside the office, they are the first person that you see. Now, it's just like a do or die situation, right? Will you speak or not is again in your point, in your hands. If you don't speak now, when will you speak? There's a famous saying, if not now, then when? I hope everyone knows that, right? If not now, then when? And always remember, it's never too late, but time never stops for anyone, right? What will you do to remove self-doubt? How do you remove self-doubt, my friend? To remove self-doubt, all you have to do is only one thing. That is, improve your self-confidence. That's it. What do you have to do? Improve self-confidence. To improve self-confidence, the first thing that you have to do is value yourself. Right. You heard me correct. You have to value yourself before expecting validation from others or before expecting respect from others. That is why they say self-respect is one of the most important aspects of intrapersonal skills. Here, I introduce you to a new word, intrapersonal skill. You must have heard interpersonal skills, but if you haven't heard about intrapersonal skills, my friend, it's all about self. Interpersonal skills is all about how you behave in a team or how you behave with others. Whereas intrapersonal skills is how you behave with yourself, which matters the most. Only if you behave with yourself properly, you can behave with others properly. The first step that you have to take here again, there are so many first steps, my friend, don't count all the steps that I'm telling, okay? So the first and foremost thing that you have to do is valuing yourself. Once you value yourself, once you know your worth, once you know self-worth, you will immediately the next second, self-doubt will be removed. To be honest, you will feel like self-doubt never existed. And my friend, here, I'm giving you all the hints, all the clues to become a good public speaker. On and on and on in the future days, I will give you more tips and tricks to master public speaking. Public speaking is not impossible. It's totally possible if and only if you have self-confidence. You should have the confidence in you, saying that I can do it, I will do it, and I must do it. Never ever have a doubt, can I do it? No. Always remember, words play the most vital role in one's life. Words. They matter the most, right? With words, my friend, you can heal a broken heart, and with the same words, you can pull a person down. It's in your hands. If you want to bring life in one person, or if you want to drain the life out from that person, it's in your hands. What makes you that is the words that you choose. How can you choose words? You can ask me the question again. Eswar, you're such a fool. You are telling me words will break hearts, words will actually bring soul into the life. Very good. But do you know there are circumstances where I was speaking with a good intention, but things turned out to be the worst? What can I do there? And there comes the intonation again, my friend. Yes, words simply matters the most. Let us consider, I will give you two intonations, okay? In the first intonation, I will say, I will follow you wherever you go. This is something which is really flirtatious or something which is very friendly, right? But if I remove if I keep another intonation saying, I will follow you wherever you go. Now, I will give you 3 more seconds to think, my friend. What is the difference between these two? I will follow you wherever you go, or I will follow you wherever you go. Same words, there is no difference in the sentence. It's the intonation, right? So here I'm introducing you to the another word, my friend, which is intonation. I consider it as one of the most important things, because in our lives, we must have had, or we must have faced those situations where you speak normally in a very friendly intonation, but the other person, the listener, might felt like you are showing attitude or you are just being bossy around when you were just being sarcastic, right? I'm 100% sure anyone who is listening now, you must have faced that situation at least once in your life. If not, at least when you are at home. If consider there is some argument which is going between you and your parents. Though you speak in a normal intonation, your parents will immediately ask you one question. Why are you raising your voice on me? Right? So knowingly or unknowingly, our intonations are either a boon or bane for us. So again, my friend, I'm coming back to words, right? Because words are intonations and intonations are the words. Like they exist each other. They exist together in the nature, right? Even now when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking with a poker voice, right? My voice is not straight. My voice is wavy in nature. My voice is like this. It has ups and it has downs. Same thing happens and occurs with our lives. We have up points and we have downs. How you behave in both matters the most. Which brings another quotation into my mind. I don't remember where I read, but yes, there is this one quotation which says, you should be the same person in your lows and in your highs, and you shall never change. What exactly is this speaking about? Lows and highs doesn't mean a zenith point in your life. No, I'm not speaking where you are in the most successful career or when you are totally in the bankrupt. No, not that. Here, ups and downs are nothing but self-confidence or self-doubt. My friend, even if you have a car and you don't have petrol in it, you can walk hundreds of miles if you have confidence on yourself. But though you have petrol in your car and you don't have the confidence that you will drive, you can't even reach a kilometer in 1.5 hours. What is stopping you here again? Self-doubt. The doubt of whether you can travel or not. The doubt of you if you can speak to someone or not. So this, my friend, which matters the most when it comes down. Self-confidence again. If I go back here, public speaking, mindset, making a move, failures, which is self-doubt, comfort zone. You must have heard everything, right? All these words, especially if you are speaking about appraisal. See, April or May is the month of appraisals for many. So I know of for employees especially, April or May, it's a month of appraisal, right? We wait for a management for us to give appraisals. But before management giving you appraisals, are you in a position to give your own appraisal? A self-appraisal, right? If you have done something well, oh yes, I did well. Or you could share it with your friends in such a way. I never knew I could pass this semester, but I got 8, or I cleared every subject. It's a self-appraisal that you're giving for yourself. Self-appraisal is as important as the appraisal given by others. To be honest, it is the most important appraisal you will ever receive. Because, my friend, at the end of the day, it's only you who are going to walk to your bed. Got it? It's only your 2 legs which are actually carrying you to your own house or to your own bed. So just remember, my friend, without self, there is no world. Remember, assume that you are the universe within, which is another quotation I don't remember, but yes. Have self-respect. Come out of your comfort zone. Self-confidence. And you can ask me, Eswar, self-confidence again. You are only speaking about self-confidence. And how can I improve my self-confidence? I will tell you one thing. A lot of them are actually using Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Right? Yes or no? Obviously, TikTok is banned in India. So I'm 100% sure that we're not using TikTok right now. But to replace TikTok, we have all these reels, Facebook reels, Instagram reels, or YouTube shorts, or even WhatsApp has stories in it, right? Even Instagram has stories in it. Have you ever wondered, by looking at a performance of the others, why couldn't I do that? And what is stopping me from doing that? If you look on to the orators, a very good orator who are in India, if we consider, as one I gave is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Have you ever thought, how did he start his journey? Or if you take Swami Vivekananda, who represented India worldwide, have you ever considered or have you ever wondered, haven't they ever had self-doubts? Or were they born with the same qualities? Do you think they were all prodigies to do that? Everyone has to start at one point, my dear friend. Just remember, the one device that you carry in your hand, which is the phone, anywhere between 5 inches to 6.7 inches, it holds a lot of knowledge, a knowledge that can never end. In the same way, there is also an app called Camera, right? Take out the camera, but not to take selfies. Rather, click on the video and start recording yourself speaking. The saying of stand in front of a mirror and speak, the age is gone. Because, my friend, if you stand in front of a mirror and speak, you can't evaluate yourself, right? Which comes down to the another important self word, which gives is self-evaluation. Self-evaluation, right? You must have heard in your childhood also, your teachers must have told you, self-evaluate your own paper so that you will know your own mistakes. If you stand in front of a mirror and speak, I'm 100% sure that I will consider you as a person who ran from asylum than considering you as a person who is trying to come out of the comfort zone. Because self-evaluation is the first thing that you'll have to know or learn. And that, my friend, is the reason I told that open the camera, record the video, and look into that video once again, how you performed, how you spoke. Take a random topic, write a script of 5 minutes, or let us consider 5 minutes is way too long. Let us start with 30 seconds, or let us start with 10 seconds first. Take the camera, record the video, just tell your name. That's it. Open the camera and say, I'm Eswar. Can you do that? Is the point. Because no one in this world can judge you as much as you judge yourself. That is why, or that is where self-doubt came into the existence, right? No one in this world can judge you, my dear friend. I'm openly telling you. If you feel like, no, Eswar, God is the one who is judging us, no. It's you who is judging yourself. So stop judging yourself. Be it a good or a bad. Judge it in such a way it helps you to grow. Don't loathe yourself. Don't sabotage yourself. No. Sabotaging will never take you anywhere. Remove self-sabotage or remove self-loathing, to be honest. Take a camera, my friend, after the session. Try this one small thing. Take the camera, keep it in the selfie mode, go onto the selfie video, start recording it. I'm not asking you to post it anywhere. No. I'm not asking you to open a YouTube channel, or I'm not asking you to open a Instagram channel. No. Just keep it in your gallery. Never delete the videos, because you will have to track down your success point, right? Now, my friend, if I speak for 5 minutes in the camera, or when my phone is on and I'm speaking into the camera, I should be in a position where I can rectify those mistakes. Let us consider in 5 minutes, I spoke for almost 3 minutes, and remaining 2 minutes, I just gave some music. Music here is not a guitar or drums, okay? The music here is oo, e, all the sounds that we make, right? So now, in the next video, I will have to bring that down to 1 minute. All the music or all the fillers that I'm giving should be coming down to 1 minute. and my content that I'm going to speak should be for 4 minutes. How can you do that? Self-evaluation. Or take a friend that you trust the most, ask for help. Nobody will stop you if you want to grow. Just remember, my friend, there is a saying that show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. That means you are the one based on how you choose your friends. If you choose your friends who are very much dedicated towards their career, towards their work path, you will be the same. But if you choose people who are careless, not carefree, okay, who are careless, you will turn out to be one of those careless people. You will never know how you turned out to be one until and unless you lose the most important thing, that is trust from your family. And here, my friend, that I want to tell you only one thing. Friendship is one which takes you anywhere, either to the highest point of the mountains, which is Mount Everest, or the deepest point a person ever known, Mariana Trench, right? Friendship alone can take you anywhere. So, my dear friend, if you ever have a person who can help you, send a video of yours speaking about anything, ask them to evaluate. If you cannot evaluate yourself, just remember, the best thing that you could ever do is self-evaluation. And my fellow mate, in the future sessions, we are going to learn about public speaking and what are the 4 steps that you'll have to know in public speaking. Okay, so I'm giving you the gist of things of public speaking. If we consider here, so it has 4 important points. Number 1 is idea, right? And number 2 will be the reason to care. Reason to care. And number 3 will be, again, conceptualization. Let us consider as concepts. And number 4, which is the last one, I consider it to be worthful. Right? So, my friend, in the next sessions, we are going to learn about these 4, how to generate an idea and how you have to give reason for people to care about your idea, and how well you conceptualize that idea so that everyone sitting in front of you will wave their head in the same way like the ocean waves. And last but not the least, how worthful is your idea and how worthy you make your idea. Along with that, we're also going to learn about persuasive techniques. There are almost 10 or 11. There are almost 10 or 11 persuasive techniques. So I'm not going to tell you right now because I want you to attend the next session of public speaking. So here, my friend, I'm going to end for today. And as I mentioned earlier, for more and more concepts like this, and for more recent updates on our videos, subscribe to the channel. Moreover, there is the link of our LinkedIn where you can click on that. It will directly redirect you to the LinkedIn page and you can follow us there. And you will be always be given the freshest content that you will ever see. So, my friend, here, I'm ending the session. Thank you. Good night and have a good day.